Hello, how are you doing, beautiful genius? I hope you're having an amazing, wonderful, magical day. I want to tell you that you are a genius, you are special, you mean the world, and you are loved. Today's topic, what we're talking about today, is personal image, and that is take yourself so seriously that you can laugh at yourself. I understand we've heard this in a different way. We hear a lot, don't take yourself so serious. Don't take yourself so seriously. But I'm telling you today, take yourself so seriously that you can laugh at yourself. Now, I know this is a very funny, very interesting way to put it, but let me give you some background. Let me give you some history into this. I couldn't hold a job. I lost my family. I lost all financial, like everything, like all money, living on the street, and ended up 100,000 miles away. Why? Because I believed I didn't have to take myself seriously. And that illusion made me just not go apply for jobs. I was under this paradigm to not think is the best thing. I had so much faith in my unconscious thoughts that I wasn't doing what, probably I should have been doing. And what did this result in? A bigger ego, right? I was getting fed. And if I'm not speaking internally, then it's a machine. It's memories. The brain is a map to your future in this state of being when you're not being conscious. So I really thought, like, I would go apply for jobs. Let's say I didn't make it, and I was like, man, like, ha 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 ha, like, what are you talking about? Like, no, like, now I'm just like, I was such a fool. So that's one part of why you can't laugh at yourself. But let me keep going here. I do believe you should take yourself seriously, but how the best way to explain this is you have to build yourself. Lady Gaga build the person she is. A lot of artists build literally who they are. Like, they weren't that person. And I'll tell you what, 5 years ago, well, I told you I'm 100,000 miles away from everyone I've ever known in my life. Okay, so I'm in another country. People watching my videos from where my hometown, from Dallas, Texas, they don't recognize me. I liked, I was a pothead. I didn't go to school. I was a hot mess. I liked sports. That was about the only thing I cared about. I never really paid attention in class. I cheated throughout high school. I, I was probably even disrespectful to my parents. I mean, and now you look at me, and I'm not saying I'm the best, most amazing person and like to idolize me, but I will tell you this. I feel like I've changed. I feel like I'm an amazing person. I love this person, and I can finally like just relax. And let me tell you why I believe you should take yourself seriously. Because at the other side of that is when you can relax. If you're constantly stressed out about having a job, about where you're going to live, about your relationship with money, your relationship with your family, you don't have time to laugh at yourself. Now, society had me believe that I had to laugh at myself or I had to not take myself seriously. And that didn't result in me. So I don't know about your life, but I know damn well now, working on myself, building a belief system. This is how I started. I built a belief system. I built who and what I wanted to be. I internalized an elevated emotion. I carry an elevated emotion of how I want to feel around the clock, as well as a vision to the future that I will manifest. And beyond that, I started making little changes. I'm a raw vegan now. I used to eat fast food. There's nothing wrong with fast food. The reason I did it was science, and it's not for the animals, it's not for global warming. I said, okay, I want to get to point B from point A the fastest, and I understand I'm multidimensional. Sure, I can be the most spiritual person in the world, but I still have a physical body. So what does this mean? I want to feed this. I want to elevate this body to get me to point B the fastest. And if I'm having to spend money because I'm unhealthy, on a diet, on pills, if I'm lethargic, if my brain doesn't work, if my memory doesn't work, there's no way I'm gonna get to point B. Or and if I do, it'll be by accident or in 10 times longer than I wish. So that was one thing, my diet, my money. I live in abundance now. Look, I'm not a millionaire and I don't promote that, but I'm saying that I am I live very abundant, very happy, And I don't believe I live a minimalistic life. I'll tell you what, I spend money when I want to spend money. I spend money on anything I want to eat, on my girlfriend, on my entertainment, and I splurge on my food. I splurge on my food. So beyond that, I started looking at my relationships with my family and my romantic relationships. That too was a dramatic change. So, you know, now I'm looking back at all these things, and I've had a job for the longest time I've ever had. I'm living my dream. This is my dream. Sharing how to live through the heart. Sharing how to not fear your consciousness and how to elevate your consciousness is my dream. So after all of these things, you know what? The brain got to the point that it couldn't tell me what to do better. My unconscious thoughts, they couldn't tell me what to do better. It resulted in, hey, you should brush your teeth consciously. And I think at that point, when my brain was literally like, you're, you went from purple to another, you went from white to black to from brown to red, like you're just such a big paradigm shift that you built and you're carrying, my brain couldn't present any better ideas than, hey, brush your teeth consciously. Hey, take a shower consciously. And dude, whenever that hit me, that was a good reflection. That was a good moment that I probably didn't cherish enough. Why? Because that's proof that I have created results. My brain is no longer worried about money. It's no longer worried about love, about my family. Did I say money already? It's no longer worried about my job. It's no longer worried about spiritual evolution and understanding the brain and understanding consciousness. Why? Because I wanted to understand these things, and I sat myself down and I said, damn it, I'm going to understand how my brain works, and I'm going to make this thing do the best, create the results that I want. And then I looked at my heart, I looked at my body, and I said, I'm going to make you do the things that I want you to do. And you know what? Now I can laugh at myself because I'm pretty well covered. I'm not saying my expansion, my intelligence, my growth has stopped. No. Sure, in my current reality, in terms of physical things, I literally can't do anything more. I literally can't. Now, whenever I get to the next level, my next goal, then yeah, I'm going to have to learn. Well, I want to be a public speaker, write a book, etc., etc., etc. You know what? At that point, yeah, sure, my unconscious mind is going to be like, hey, you know what? Do this, this, and that. That's more than fine. But I'll tell you what, that's for the rest of your life. That's for the rest of my life. But I can relax. I can take days off. I look at myself and man, like, I'm so healthy, and like it humors me. Like I enjoy, like my lunch today was four tortillas, homemade tortillas, and two avocados and a little bit of salt. Like that was my lunch. I know it sounds crazy, probably bonkers, psychotic to you, but you know what, like that fills me with so much joy, and it's humorous, especially sharing it with other people. And what else? You know, just like my Netflix and chill time. I have a time scheduled to Netflix and chill, to just watch series on my own, for reading, personal development, for gym, research and development. Why is this important? Because I take myself seriously. And if you don't take yourself seriously, no one's going to take yourself seriously. And if you believe you shouldn't take yourself seriously, then that's more than fine. But from my perspective, that route didn't really last that long and didn't treat me very well. And I'll tell you which side because I've done them both. Probably both extremes, right? Ended up homeless on one side, and now I don't even know what I am, but I'm an amazing, loving person, and I love who I am, and I'm creating an impact in the world, and I'm helping a lot of people on a daily basis reach their fullest potentials, overcome trauma, overcome anxiety, overcome depression, and I did that for myself. You look at me today, and you just see a ball of light and emotion and positivity, but I went through child abuse, never had a parent, foster home, adopted, not the best kid in school, and I kind of touched on that in the beginning. But that's who I am. So perhaps that's why that's why personal development is my passion, right? I wanted to overcome all these things. But you know what? It doesn't matter if you lived a semi-perfect or perfect life. I'll tell you this. Your brain, if you're not being conscious, is filled with neural networks, okay? Neurological networks. Every experience you have with every person creates an emotion, and every experience with your external world creates a neurological network in your brain. What does this mean? If you don't wake up to a vision of the future, then you are, by biological terms, you are recreating the past. Why? Because your brain is your filter, is the way you see life. And if you're not conscious, if you're not consciously thinking of how to eat, how to brush your teeth, where to spend your money, where to spend your time, all these things, if you're not building the person that you are consciously, then you're just going to recreate the neural networks that are in your brain. Now, sure, if you want to repeat the past, hey, by all means, go ahead. But I don't really know anybody that even people in the royal family, they're always changing. Some people have left the royal family to be, like live in the mountains, etc., etc., or in the ocean. But the picture is this: if you're not waking up to a vision of the future, building who you are, then you're not growing. Sure, you might live happy, you might go to cool places and have great relationships and have a lot of fun and parties and vacations, but okay, that's gonna have to end sometime, and I have to break it to you, but do the work now so in the future you can really just relax, okay? So this has been my video, and I tell you, I promise you, take yourself as seriously as possible. This doesn't mean be an a-hole. This doesn't mean be a bitch. This means is love yourself. I bet in your mind or in your phone, I had it in my phone. I had a list of what I should eat. I think all of us watch TED Talks or, Oprah or Steve Harvey, or there's someone that motivates us. It could be our parents or our grandmother. And from them, we take, like, okay, maybe we should do this in life. So why are you waiting? You know what? I had a full list. I had a list of what I should eat, how to spend my money, from all these videos and all these mentors. But I was never doing any of that. So now I take myself seriously. I say, you know what? Yeah, let me go and do this actually right now. And the result is that you will be able to laugh because you won't have stress. You won't have anxiety, depression. You think, I mean, that's not a reality anymore when you take yourself seriously. When you look at yourself and say, I am the only thing, and I apologize for saying thing, I understand we're human beings, but I am the only energy source that's going to create the world that I want. And that's the truth of life. So I hope you accept this sooner than later, and you don't have to go through suffering and loss to learn this. I love you, and comment below what topics you'd like for me to cover in the future, and also share this video with your loved ones, mastermind group, social media accounts. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I hope to see you in the side of light. Goodbye.